Okay, well, mommy's finally treating me like a big boy and letting me do some burning. Cool. Fire. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I thought while I was out here and doing this, I would ignore it and do a quick sword shopping tips video. Tip number 1, do research before buying anything, or else you'll end up with this. To the left is my brother's replica of like a Scottish sword. It's got a rat tail tang. See that? It's been welded on. And this is the first sword I've ever bought. I was 15 when I got it. It used to be a shitty looking katana, and I tried to cut a water bottle with it, and the blade started spinning around in the handle. Fire's cool. Anyway, so yeah, the blade started spinning around in the handle when I started cutting with it. Here's the difference between a fake sword and a real sword. See that? Rat tail tang, $20 piece of shit you can get at the flea market. TrueSwords.com, real sword. And this fucking disaster brings me to my next shopping tip. If you plan on buying a sword and then using it for yard work, whoa, let this be a lesson that it's not such a fucking great idea. Because I tried bending it back. Let me hold the camera correctly. And that's as straight as I could get it. As you can see, it's got a pretty bad set to it. So yeah. One easy way to to see if a sword is a real sword or not. These holes hold there are bamboo pegs that go through these holes and holes in the handle. So if you're shopping for a sword, if you're at the mall or something, ask to examine. And if you see like wooden pegs through the handle, right about where those holes are on this sword, then more than likely it's a functional blade. Depending on what kind of steel it's on. Depending on what kind of steel it is. If it's like a mirror polish, then it's probably stainless steel, and I wouldn't trust a stainless steel sword except for one that I saw online that was pretty cool. I think that used to be stainless steel, but it's all rusty, so, but then again, it's been sitting out here for fucking, I just found it the other day, in the yard. So, you know, it's been out here for like 9 years. I guess this is stainless too because it's rusting very slowly. And in the video that I tried cutting with it for the first time, the blade took on a really bad set. Kind of like how this one's bent to one side. This one took a pretty bad set too. See what I mean? So yeah, think before you buy, or you'll end up with a piece of shit that you can't use. And, you know, I have an excuse. I've never, you know, I went to the flea market and went, holy shit, they got swords here. Cool, I'll buy one. It was kind of like a, I don't know. It was just something neat to have. But now, I'm smarter, and I know how to do research and shit. Another good, you know, another good resource that you can use for buying swords is Sword Buyer's Guide youtube.com. He's got a page on YouTube called, believe it or not, Sword Buyer's Guide. youtube.com/Sword Buyer's Guide. So you're buying a sword, do a little bit of research. This was a Musashi blade, and until I used it this was the $40 Tatsumaki Samurai Special Katana. Special Samurai, it's like a retarded samurai. But anyway, it handled baubles really good. It probably would have handled almost any other target, but it was doing stuff like that made it bite the dust. So yeah, you can get a decent sword for like $50. That's with shipping and handling from TrueSwords.com. Oops. So you can get a nice sword for $50, but you do get what you pay for, and that sword did have its faults. It was not by any means a very, very good sword, but it's a hell of a sword for the price. The handle wrap was a little loose, and when they put it together, they put the handguard or tsuba on backwards. But after I fixed it, all the fittings were rock solid, and that was after I fixed it. It was a little jiggly before I fixed it. But yeah, I didn't have to use glue or any kind of shit like that to make it a respectable weapon. I think it's 1045 carbon steel, high carbon. I don't know. Some people don't consider 1045 high carbon, but you know what? I usually call it carbon steel too. Ooh, shit. It's hot. Broken shovel handle. Oh dearie me. Who knew fire would be so hot? Damn. Okay, that's basically it for this video. Another tip, after you buy your sword and you want to kill some targets, don't have a metal stand. Ideally, something like what I made here. A piece of, landscaping timber. It's big enough to put a 2-liter bottle on. But if you're going to cut tatami mats, you're going to want to drill a hole, like a 1-inch or a 1.5-inch hole, so it can hold a wooden dowel that will hold up the tatami mat or beach mat or whatever. Oh my god, this video has gone on way too long. Just do research before buying swords or you'll end up like this, and also don't use them for yard work because they were made to kill people, not trees. That's it. Bye.